Dan Lobby here, Scott Patsko, Ellis Williams, Mary Kay Cabot with me as well. And we are going to grade Browns free agency so far. Scott, we're going to start with you. Give us a grade.
I'm going to say a solid B. I think they did everything they needed to do on offense. You got your tight end and your right tackle taken care of. I know it was a trade, but you brought in a fullback, which all things important to Kevin Stefanski's offense, and you set yourself up for the left tackle in the draft. Defensive side of the ball, there's still questions. I know they addressed linebacker and safety, but I look at those positions and I wonder if who they brought in are the guys who we're going to see starting in week one. So at this point, I'd say a solid B.
Yeah, Scott, I agree with you for the most part. For me, it's a B plus just because they got two of the biggest prizes in Jack Conklin and Austin Hooper. Those are big hits, big money contracts, and big names, quite frankly, that are going to change this Browns offense. But like you said, on defense, they went safe and they went cheap. And to be clear, that's totally fine. Safe can be the right option once this team possibly wins some games when we get going in the regular season. But if we're talking specific grades for how a team did in free agency, then when big names like Jadeveon Clowney or, Anthony Harris was out there but was franchise tagged, if that trade would have happened by now, something like that could push me up toward A or A minus. But for me, it's a B plus. Big names on offense. You went value deals on defense, and it's safe, and that's just fine with me.
We're going to just keep going up as we go along here. I'm going to give them an A. This was Andrew Berry's first free agency. It was done under duress, really weird conditions to have to sign free agents. Nobody even knew when the free agency period was really going to start. They didn't have an opportunity to bring guys in and meet with them face to face. Still, they were able to land their three biggest targets in Jack Conklin, Austin Hooper, Case Keenum. Then they came back in the next few days, and including the Jankovic trade, they added a total of 12 players, 7 on defense, lots and lots of role players, a lot of guys that are going to come in here on a 1-year contract. Why is that important? Because when they get to 2022, the 2022 draft, when they're going to need some assets, they're hoping to get some compensatory picks out of that. But I also think that they got more than just, backup type players on this defense. I really do think Andrew Billings is going to challenge for a starting job. I really do think that Adrian Claiborne will come in here and contribute in a big way at defensive end. So I think it was a nice job.
And I'm going to go with Ellis and Scott, really just give it a nice solid B, and I think that's fine. I think the way this team is ultimately going to be built long-term is through the draft. And so you come in and you get the two big signings in Conklin and Hooper, you fill those needs, you trade for the fullback, you fill that need, you kind of feel like you know the identity of this football team already, and now you're going to be able to attack the draft without even thinking about needs, really, outside of left tackle. You're going to be able to fill that early, and then you can just pick the best players as you go along. You can stack talent in different areas. I really think they've set up the draft well, and if you get a solid B every year in free agency, you're going to be a pretty good football team. So that's what I'm going to give them. Okay, so if you're watching this on YouTube, slide on down to the comments and give us your grades as well. If you're not watching this on YouTube, head over to cleveland.com/Browns and check out Football Insider, where all of us will text you every day. You get an exclusive newsletter, and you can text us back. So if you really want us to see your grades, you can text them right to us. If you sign up for Football Insider, check it out at cleveland.com/Browns. There's a banner at the top of the page.